Okay, so number 1, this is now exercise 24.2. It said write down the coordinates of points J, K, L, M, and N. You will see the blue is what my textbook had. Then there are some of you that have a new textbook, or I maybe have a new one and you guys have an old one, whatever. If you had the other textbook, you would see that over here. I wrote those down. So then in the next part, the yellow ones would be the other textbook. Okay? Right, so those coordinates. Any questions there? Shouldn't be. It was pretty straightforward, right? Yeah.
Why don't I write down many sources? Is there a specific way that we have to write organizations? Like, yeah. I feel like we have to tell and I can't remember which one's first.
Translation.
Yes.
Yeah, that little arrow.
So, no, but that's like,
Wait.
do you have to say left first or?
No, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Mama's different now.
It doesn't matter. Listen. If you get to 2A and you maybe said 9 left, 2 down, meaning you swapped it around. Right? Same thing. You, in any case, if you get something like this in the exam, it's 2 marks. You get a mark for 2 down and you get a mark for 9 left. So it doesn't matter which one you write first. You're still going to get your marks. Okay. Then at B, to translate from K to L, it was 6 down and 3 to the right for both of those. Nothing changes there. Whether you've got the old textbook, new textbook, same thing. Okay. Any questions? Right. Can I skip? Okay. So from L to M. Yeah.
Arrow the units. On each write the units. Also, we just write 10 left, 2 down.
How many left?
No, I'm just like a first example.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, so any questions at C, D, or E? None. Can I skip? Hands up, you're still copying? No one. Good. Okay, then exercise 24.3. You guys had to, at 1A, plot points D, E, and F on the same set of axes and then join the points to form triangle DEF. Now that you will see is the blue triangle. Okay? Then at B, they asked you to translate triangle DEF 8 units to the left and 5 units down. Label the translated points D with that little comma or apostrophe. What do you call it? Is it apostrophe? D apostrophe, E apostrophe, F apostrophe. So that would be then the yellow triangle. Any questions there? On the next slide, I'll show you guys how I got there as well. Obviously on your sketch. Sorry?
Isn't our last activity for the chapter?
No. We still got, you've done worksheet 1. We've got up until worksheet 4.
Yeah.
What is this nitty gritty? Just simple.
When we're done with the textbook.
Very easy. I'll check now. I think I put a revision exercise. Hold on.
What happens, for example?
We're gonna do two things from the textbook still. 2 exercises, yeah?
So, for example,
Yeah?
now, for my other subject, for one of my subjects, I don't really have a book.
Just my book broke. Now writing my portfolio. Molly know which book it is. So now when they ask for the books, we'll just put it in an extra book like the boy from the
Just put it in
photo.
your previous book. People, they're not going to check the books. It's only if you... Ik wou nou nie dit gesê het nie. Let's go. Let me just finish my sentence. So basically what happens is, end of the year, when you guys have finished writing your exam and you're already at home, you've forgotten you've written exam, you're still waiting for your marks. Then the department comes and they check up on our work. And then they basically take the list of all the grade 8s and pick and choose a few names. So we don't know who they're going to pick. That's why we've got to have everyone's books. So if they do pick your name, Isabel, then they want us to give them every single test that you have written this year and then all your books to see if you get 0 out of 50 every time for every single test. They want to see, did we actually do work in the class? Or is there no books, no work done, no nothing? So that's why.
Take your book.
I didn't say that. I said they pick and choose any name.
The person who didn't do one, the person who did one, and see.
They don't look at marks. They take a whole list and pick names and say, I want these kids. And then we've got to give them everything.
Now, the business school would say, like, if they take someone who didn't do well and someone who did do extremely well, and then they see.
Yeah. It's basically, they pick names to like moderate our school. That's the one thing that happens. Then, completely separate from that, if you maybe fail your year because you failed math, all your other subjects you get 70-80% for. So it's just because of math that you're failing. Then they want me to give them your math books and your tests to see, did I actually work with you guys in class? Is it my fault you failed? Am I a bad teacher, or did you just not do your math? Okay? So, and those two processes are completely different. That's why we've got to have your book and all your tests. Doesn't matter whether you fail or whether you ace it. Maak je saak. Yes. Okay, wag gou. Haar hand was op. Yeah. Wasn't your hand up? Yours was up. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, right.
When they're using one of our subjects, not another subject, we can't. But we can't because we get worksheets to paste in the book, but they never get told to do the worksheet.
But then you paste the empty worksheet.
And then we don't do anything, man. We just leave it there.
Nie op my gallery. Remember, I'm recording all of this, no?
Oh.
Just saying.
I'm just asking, what if it is the teacher's fault that we did that?
Then they can see it in the book. So that's why I'm asking. Oh, that's what I'm saying. If you were handed out worksheets, you never did it, paste it in. That's it. People, I also hand out worksheets. Maybe 80% of you do it. 20% doesn't do it. Right? Then they can still see. They can pick books from my class and see, okay, so 80% of the class actually did do it, 20% didn't do it, so maybe it's just the kid. And if 100% of you never did it, never marked it, never nothing, then obviously it's the teacher's fault. So whatever you did, put it in. Dis al. Moenie so baie stres daaroor julle, dis niks.
And the thing also for our books is
Hoor gouie, hou op stres. Julle raak voor julle tyd oud, dis vir net, ek sê nou net vir julle, dis niks.
In this subject, like,
Yeah.
we have to teach ourselves. Like, I am scared. I'm really just because I don't know how to do work. I don't know why now. But it's just suddenly science came into this. I don't know.
When if you look at our class average for this subject, you'll see it's down now for.
And it's a great subject.
right now there's two subjects.
Okay, luister gou. I do not, listen, I don't want to discuss other teachers with you guys. So kom ons discuss gou wiskunde. Right. Any questions here?
Okay.
None. Good. Right, so at B, I just quickly want to show, if you did not have the sketch, you didn't have to write this, so don't worry. I'm just showing. If we didn't have the sketch, because it says 8 units to the left, I am going to take my x values and say -8. Okay? Because when we move to the left or right, it's on the x-axis, and when we move to the left, we're going to subtract. Okay. If, like they said here, move 5 units down. When we move up or down, we're actually moving on the y-axis, and when it goes down, like that, it is minus. So that's why I'm taking my y values every time, and I'm subtracting 5. Okay. But this is only when you didn't have a sketch. You guys had it, and in the exam you will most probably 99.9% sure you're going to have a picture. So from that, you can just go 5 units down, 3 to the right. Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
I didn't use that method of minusing, but on my second triangle, the one that I have to translate,
Yeah.
for E, instead of -4, I had a -5. Would that
So you're going to lose 1 mark there. Yeah. I know. Okay. Then C. I slipped up yesterday. I can't remember, the time didn't catch up with us, no. But it's because I didn't do it with Afrikaans class. It was kind of not in my head doing it with you guys. Any case, congruent triangles and similar triangles. So have a look on the right-hand side. And I've got to write that out for you guys. What is the difference between congruent triangles or congruent shapes and similar shapes? Okay, so first things first, congruent means everything is exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same, meaning for these two triangles, the length of those sides would be the same, and the size of all the angles would be the same. Okay, so you'll see in my second bullet, I wrote copy paste. So it's basically taking this shape, copying it, and pasting it there. It's exactly the same thing. No. So whenever we move or translate a shape, in this case it was a triangle, but I'm rather talking about a shape. When you translate it, it didn't get bigger or smaller. It stayed exactly the same. So that's why I'm saying copy, paste. No? You just move that same figure to a different part of your Cartesian plane. So everything stays exactly the same. So therefore, these two triangles would have been congruent. Okay. Now, just so you guys know, what are similar triangles? Now, similar triangles are not the same. Okay? They're not the same. They are basically, they're similar, meaning, en as ek nou gou wil praat soos wat julle praat, it's either zoomed in or out. Nee? So basically, these two triangles, the one is the enlargement of the other, or it's the reduced version or reduction of the other. Okay, so the size of them will be different. Okay, and then whenever they are enlarged or reduced, they will be, or that will be done in proportion. That part is important. Okay, so similar triangles, let me write that, I'm going to write that here, are not the same, because that's now over here. Not the same. They are the reduced or enlarged version. Can I, like that? Yes. Huh? But that is done in proportion. In grade 9, you'll be taught more about that. Okay. Any questions?
No, why does it do that?
Dis net hy rus 'n bietjie. Jy weet die temperatuur is nou waar hy moet wees sodat dan ek moet hom eintlik afsit. Okay. Any questions? Ja.
Ma'am, I think he's stuck in the door. The door doesn't want to open. Ma'am, they have hacking before.
Okay. Gaan gou-gou. Kyk gou hier. Jy kan miskien take this with. No, not a hairpin. Isn't like money. You put it in there and then turn.
Yeah.
Daai klein
And I know how to do it.
that little thingy on the door. Weet jy nou waarvan ek praat? Okay. Any questions, people? Okay, can I delete this ugly English version?
Okay, ma'am, please go.
Nee, hy skryf nog. Done. Anyone else? Hands up. We're still copying? Okay. Julle, wat sou ons gedoen het voor fone, nê? Anders sou Erin nou maar daar gesit het tot dit pouse is en dan Spoit tog. Ja, maar daar's niemand nou daar nie. Almal is in die klas. Pouse sou we nou met.
But the one time I actually got locked in a box in a different school on a sports day. But the thing is, when they actually, like the school, they locked the school with us in. It was really annoying. We didn't have our phones with us. And yeah, we just gave the piano music play out of nowhere. And then we went to the wall. And at first we didn't say anything. We walked over the lady was playing piano there. And then there were kids playing, doing ballet. And we asked the lady now, okay, and she's like, oh, I don't know the school. I just play the piano. And we got so scared, Dad, but then we like went like through a door and we had to other side. Ma'am, my hands are red.
So, okay, right, back to math. At 2, it says plot the points J, K, and L. Grade 8. J, K, and L on the same set of axes and join the points to form J, K, L. Okay, so that will be the yellow triangle or orange one. Okay? Then at B, they ask me to translate triangle JKL 2 units to the right and 6 units up. So here you'll see that I indicated 2 units to the right. So I'm adding at the X values and 6 units up. So I'm also adding at the Y values. Label the translated points the new JKL. So that will be the blue triangle. Sema?
But like, I just wanted to ask if that would be the correct one.
Ek kan nie nou dis sien nie. Kyk gou, the points are, is it plotted the same as mine?
Mine's big.
It doesn't matter, remember your
A straight line, not like square.
mine is mine is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 2, 4, 6. That's why. So it doesn't matter if it's bigger as long as your coordinates are the same.
And hers is a straight line, it's not square like yours. Like you, like, yeah, how do you
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mine has a straight line at the bottom.
Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Yes.
Well, they asked us in the test to draw the translated word.
They will, but you'll see on the next worksheet, I'm going to give you the grid and everything.
Okay, then it's fine.
Okay. Right. Can we go on? Right. Then, number 4. Number 4 says, how has triangle ABC been translated to VWZ if the vertices of the triangles are given by, and then they give you A, B, and C. Now, what I want you guys to see, and this part is important, if it was translated to VWZ, can you see that A was the first letter over here? And V is the first letter there. That means that A was translated and is now called V. Do you guys see that? Okay. Then B is the second letter here. And what's the second letter there? W. Okay, so that would be the B translated. And W was 09, yes? No, you didn't have to. I'm just explaining. Okay, and then C is the last letter, and so is Z. So Z will then be -2 and -1. Okay, so they just wanted me to say how was it translated. So let's look at the X value here and the X value there. It went from 2 to -3. So what did we do? We moved 5 units to the left. Good. Okay, now let's look at the Y values. It was 3 and now it's 4. 1 unit up. Good. Okay, that's it. Any questions there? Yeah. To the previous slide, that one. Okay. Okay, can I skip? Oh, you're still busy. It's fine. Finish. Tell me when you're done. Are you done?
Ma'am, I wanted to look at it and I'm so lost on how I write. My coordinates
Shh. Are your coordinates different?
yes, ma'am, and I don't get how I write.
Okay, but did you copy these down now?
Ma'am, I wanted to look at it.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, if I'm done explaining or done marking and you still haven't found your mistake, then you can bring me your book and we can quickly have a look. No. Okay. Right. Can I skip? Okay, so that one, did you copy this one already? Okay. Okay, number. No, sorry. Number 6. No? Didn't you guys do number 6 as well? Yeah, go see. Okay, 6A. At number 6 it says, name a triangle congruent to triangle PQR. Now you guys might have struggled a bit with this because you didn't know what congruent means. So listen. PQR is that green triangle in your book. Right? So what triangle would be the same as that? Basically it just moved. Yes. Triangle ABC, yes. Okay, now, sorry. It says state the coordinates of the vertices of both triangles. Okay, so P was -10 and 1, and that became A, which is 6 and 5. Q was -14 minus 6, and that became B, which was 2 and minus 2. PQR was minus 8 and minus 4, and that became C, which is 8 and 0. Okay, any questions there? Okay, then at 2, yeah? Yeah, don't use the same one as Aaron. Okay. 2 says, describe the translation from the position of PQR to the position of the congruent triangle you named in A. Okay, so don't look at the picture, look at the coordinates. We went from minus 10 to 6. How many units did we move? 16 units where? Right, okay. And look at the y values, 1 and now it's 5. So we went 4 units up. Okay, any questions there? Yeah. Here at the bottom, I assume.
From that side, stone number 3 and 4. Starting from that.
Creature of habit. Okay. Right. B. Shh. Ek gaan nie nou oor toilette beklei nie. Ja? Oh, julle ek sê mos as dit wiskunde is dan is almal se blaas. Okay, Brandon. B. Repeat the questions in A but apply them to triangle GHI. So triangle GHI. Okay, that is the red triangle. That became what? STU. Good. Okay, so okay, so G was minus 8 and 4. Huh? Oh, sorry, 5. Sorry. And that became S, which was minus 11 and 8. Yeah. Okay, so H was minus 11 and 4, and that became T. Minus 3 is minus 14. Yeah, 7. Okay, I was 1 and 1. Okay, so plus 3, minus 3, so it's minus 2. And 4. Okay, right, now they want to know, number 2, what happened? How did it move? And 3 up. Right, any questions there? Okay, now we've got to do it with DEF. Now you will see that DEF became phi via Z. Can I skip? Phi via Z. Okay, so D was 13 and 1. E was 9 and minus 2. And F was 13 minus 8. Lekker skief. Okay, dit gaan wees minus 3 and 1. Okay, so it was basically, sure, 16. 4 weer, minus 7, minus 2, and Z was minus 3. Right, so let's just say how it moved. Yeah. Take the photo. Yes. Okay. Any questions so far? None. Okay, hold on. You guys are not going to have homework. Tomorrow I will explain reflections and then you'll get a new worksheet.